Good evening, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. Round 2 of the high school football playoffs tonight. Southridge hosting North Posey at 2A sectional 40. The Raiders are 8-2 while the Vikes are 4-6, but have won 2 straight, including a 55-14 win over Eastern Green last week to open the tournament. Southridge hammered North Posey 40-0 back on September 13th, but Raider coach Scott Buening is approaching this game with caution.
They're a totally different team, and and we knew that. We even talked about it after our first game because they replaced so many players from their team last year. I mean, they were so senior oriented, and guys had played. It's not that they had bad players behind them; they just weren't that good. And so those guys have gotten a lot of experience. They've got a fullback who's a load. They got 2 of them who are 220, 230, and they ran the ball pretty well against us last time, especially between the tackles. And that's something we take a lot of pride in, is being stout in between the tackles. And they run hard. Their linemen come off ball hard, and then their quarterback's a really good athlete. Really where he causes the most problems is when he gets out and gets running, and it's not so much on their sprint out plays, but on their pure drop back plays. And they drop back, and then you get guys covering guys running around, and he's really good in space, and he runs very, very well. It's going to be important that we keep him corralled in our pass rush and those things, and then we got to get that fullback stopped. They're playing with much more confidence. You can see it on film. I mean, they've won 2 games in a row, and I don't care who you play or who you beat. You win 2 in a row, you're going to feel good about yourselves. They look like they have an identity, and sometimes that takes a while to figure out as the season goes on. So they look like they just look much more comfortable in their skin, just the way they're playing, the way they're flying around, and so it'll be a much different game than what we saw last time against them.
The winner will play either Mater Dei or Sullivan in the finals next week. Jasper at home with Evansville Central. The Wildcats 9-1. The Bears 7-3. Kickoff down at the stadium, 8 o'clock. You can see it tomorrow morning at 10 here on 18. IU basketball coach Tom Crean got good news yesterday on Halloween. 2014 recruiting target James Blackman Jr. coming to the Hoosiers after all. The 6'2 shooting guard committed to IU after his 8th grade season, but just this last August decommitted. He visited Michigan and Kentucky, where his dad James had played college basketball. Blackman averaged 33 points a game as a junior at Fort Wayne Lures, but will play his senior year at Marion, where James Sr. is now the coach after coaching at Lures. College football tomorrow, Indiana at home with Minnesota, 3:30 the kick at Memorial Stadium. Purdue at home at Ross-Ade with the Ohio State Buckeyes at noon, while Notre Dame entertains Navy at 3:30 in South Bend. Meanwhile, the Colts, after a bye week, will head to Houston for a Sunday night game with the Texans. Kickoff is at 8:30 at Reliant Stadium. Stay tuned. We'll have more WJTS 18 news after this.